from Flatbush rides the Brooklyn line. Got a swagger sharp like a vintage wine. Everybody knows his name from porch to stoop. Hustling dreams in every loop. In the park he struts, hits the handball wall. Echoes hear the stories when the shadows fall. Got 1,000 tales and a confident grin. On the streets of Flatbush where legends begin. Frankie from Flatbush got the city glow, lighting up the borough with his every show. He's the heart of Brooklyn, never laying low. Frankie from Flatbush, always on the go. Bodega lights flicker when Frankie's near. He's got the rhythm, everybody cheers. Corner talks and sidewalk chalks his fame. In the Flatbush breeze you'll hear his name. Underneath the subway hum, the magic's real. Frankie's moves got that electric feel. From Atlantic Avenue to the urban hill, Flatbush Frankie's giving you a thrill. Frankie from Flatbush got the city glow, lighting up the borough with his every show. He's the heart of Brooklyn, never laying low. Frankie from Flatbush, always on the go. Bodega lights flicker when Frankie's near, lighting up the borough with his every show. He's the heart of Brooklyn, never laying low. Frankie from Flatbush, always on the go. Frankie from Flatbush got the city glow, lighting up the borough with his every show. He's the heart of Brooklyn, never laying low. Frankie from Flatbush, always on the go. Always on the go. Always on the go. Always on the go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. It's coffee with Frankie time. It's 10:02 hours on the East Coast of America. This is the coffee. I'm the Frankie. Let me know if the audio and visuals okay in the chat, including the bell. Let me know if you can hear me out there. It is stormy time in Central Florida right now. So storms are rolling in as we speak. As we speak, right outside that window, there's storms are rolling in, so it's possible that I might lose internet. So buyer beware, fair warning. You never know what's going to happen here in Central Florida. The storms are rolling in. Phil Adams says audiovisual bell 100%. All right, good. So let's get rid of this caption down here. What we're going to do today is we're going to take a look at some top topics. We're going to take a look at the what the Bleacher Report put out as the 2026 NFL mock draft, and you'll be surprised where we're picking that one. That's going to be funny. And then we'll take a look at a tiered list of all the teams. You know, I often use the metaphor of the NFL as a city. You got the gated community, you got the middle class, you got the ghetto. But what are all the teams in each tier? You might be asking yourself. So we're going to take a look at that and see if we agree who's in the gated community, who's in the middle class neighborhood, who's in the ghetto. And I think you might find it a little surprising. And then, of course, we'll do chat room chit-chat. If you do a super chat, you're guaranteed to get that answered. Super chats are always answered, of course. And also, if you're an inner circle member, your questions and comments are always answered and talked about. Otherwise, we'll just take a sampling of other types of inquiries and comments. And also, I added a couple of tiers to the, speaking of tiered list, tiers to the Inner Circle membership group. If you want something a little cheaper, you pay only $1.99. You want to go a little higher, you can pay up to $9.99. So now we got 3 levels in the Inner Circle if that appeals to you. But we got Todd here. We got Phil Adams here. We got Joe Mike here. We got other people might be here. Some people may not know. If you don't comment, I don't know who you are. I don't know if you're here. You might be here, but I don't know unless you leave a comment. So far in comments, we only got Joe Mike, Todd, and Phil Adams. That's it. If you don't leave a comment, how am I gonna know you're here? But that's how we're doing it now. So I guess let's go over the top topics of today, which first one's going to be the mock draft. So let's share screen. PC Salami also here. Good to see you, PC. Todd is here. Todd says, I learned so much when you do the spreadsheet method of a show, so thanks. Sometimes we look at spreadsheets, Todd. Sometimes we look at playbooks. Sometimes we look at film study. We do it all here on the Frankie channel. But when it comes to data, yes, you have to put it into a database, and the most simple kind of database is an Excel spreadsheet, and it helps you organize your data, basically. All right, so let's take a look at this. Bleacher Report right here says NFL mock draft for 2026. All right, and they got these pictures here, these QBs. This over here is Drew Aller. This over here is Arch Manning, and this will also help you get a good idea of what you should be looking for in the fall, when college football starts up. It's going to be big for us because even though we're Fields maxing this year, we're going to see what happens with Justin Fields. Our preferred outcome is Justin Fields is really good. We sign him up to a long-term contract, and away we go. But there's a very real chance that doesn't happen. So we should know who are the players we should keep our eye on. And these are 3 of them. This is Drew Aller over here. This is Arch Manning over here. He's probably not coming out. He has not played even one full season yet, Arch Manning. So after this year, it'll be 1. But a lot of people are speculating he's not going to come out. He could, though. You never know with these kids. And then this over here is Lenoris Sellers on South Carolina. He's probably my favorite right now. Very special talent, Lenoris Sellers. So some people to keep an eye on in the college ranks. Now, look what we have here. Guess who's picking first? According to Bleacher Report. This means, of course, that we will be, in the way of Bleacher Report's thinking, the worst team in the league this year. Hooray! How fun is that going to be, if that turns out to be true? So we turn out to get the first pick, and guess who we get? The guy I like the best, Lenoris Sellers. How about that? Now, if you want to give yourself a thrill, if you really, really want to give yourself a thrill, go onto YouTube and check out Lenoris Sellers' highlights. Now, they're just highlights, so, we have to take it with a grain of salt, but just watch this kid play. He's so much fun to watch. His throwing motion is excellent. And when I say excellent, it's quick, fast, and he throws a fastball like you can't even believe it. And it's aesthetically pleasing as well. This is not a guy with one of these tortured motions. So he's a lot of fun to watch. He's my current favorite. And Bleacher Report says number 1, New York Jets. We get our quarterback of the future. It's Lenoris Sellers out of South Carolina. The other nice thing about Lenoris Sellers, South Carolina, you may not realize, is in the SEC. They're not usually competing to win the SEC or anything like that. But his competition, when you look at him as a prospect, his competition is all the best competition. Alabama, Georgia, Texas, all the SEC teams that you play, which is generally thought of as the top competition. So that's something else in Sellers' favor when you think about it. Number 2, Cleveland Browns. So the Cleveland Browns go out and they get Joe Flacco and they get Kenny Pickett and they got Deshaun Watson over there and they got Dylan Gabriel and then they get Shador, all these people, and then they come in next to last, according to Bleacher Report, with all those quarterbacks, and they take Arch Manning. Another Manning in the NFL, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, a lot of smart people think he's going back to school no matter what happens, especially with the amount of NIL money he gets. And I would agree with that. But nonetheless, he could come into the league, especially if, let's say the Longhorns, go into the playoff and they win the playoff or something, and Manning has an amazing year and he's going to be a top 3 pick. You could see it. And that's what Bleacher Report's predicting. Arch Manning to the Cleveland Browns. So I guess Shador didn't work out and Dylan Gabriel didn't work out. And Deshaun Watson, they're going to say, get out of here after giving him all that guaranteed money. And they got to go get, Arch Manning. Interesting. Interesting league that we follow, isn't it? Third, TJ Parker. Saints. This is an edge player out of Clemson, supposed to be really good. Now, interestingly, at 4, Caleb Downs. This is somebody that we want to keep an eye on, I think, at Ohio State. Think about it. A safety going 4th overall. They're saying this kid is so good, it'll knock your head off. I mean, if they're projecting a safety going 4th, I mean, how good is this guy? Now, he plays for Ohio State, so we're not going to have to look high and far and wide to find his games. They're obviously Ohio State, one of the top teams every year. But Caleb Downs, if they're projecting him to go 4th overall, how good is Caleb Downs? So let's keep an eye on him. Let's watch him. Could be fun to watch. And then they have the Giants still stinking. Now the Giants are a very interesting team in my view, and they have a much improved roster. How many wins is that roster going to get? I don't know. It depends on the quarterback position. But according to this, the Giants are still going to stink next year. Offensive tackle Caden Proctor. He's going to proctor the exams, and then he's going to block his ass off. Proctor the blocker will go to the Giants, according to this. So, you may want to keep an eye on the Alabama offensive tackle Caden Proctor, top 5 pick potential for this kid. And then we got another Mauigoa. Now, he's also at Miami, so you wonder, is this guy related to the one we got? This is an offensive tackle. We got a Mauigoa. Taylor Moton. Steve. Testing. Mike, test. Let me know if you can hear me. I got a message, an error message. Testing. Chat, let me know if you can hear me. Testing. I got an error message. Let me know if we're okay. Testing. This is telling me I'm good. Let me know if the audio is all right. Testing. Todd says we lost audio. This thing is telling me we're okay. Storm's taking a little choppy. Choppy. I think it's this headphones, I guess. I'm getting a new one. Very bad audio. All right. Let's see here. Testing. How about now? Testing on default. How about now? Testing. Doobie-doo. Testing the audio. Is the audio working? Have audio, but it's awful. PC says. George Jetson. Well, not sure what I should do here. Testing, testing, testing. How about now? How about now? How about now? How about now? Testing, testing, testing. Top notes are robotic. I don't have any top notes. Testing, 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 testing. All right, let me check something. System, sound. Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing. Still bad, Todd says. Can understand you, but very raspy, kind of scratchy. All right. Looks like we're going to have to kill the stream, I guess. Joe Mike says, better now? Okay, testing, testing, testing. I will keep testing, testing, testing. Doobie-doobie-doo. Let me know if this is any better. Doobie-doobie-doo. Gotta love technology. I actually have 2 microphones on the way that are going to be here tomorrow. One for my audiobook situation that I'm setting up in the background over here. But then I also have another headphones coming better quality, so maybe that'll fix our problem. Please let me know if this is better for everyone. Joe Mike says better now. Please confirm others in the chat because I don't want to keep talking if it's annoying or sounds bad. And it's hard to tell whether it's restream or what. Internet is fine. Laptop is fine. It's got to be either this headset or restream, and it's hard to tell which one it is. Sound like you were talking into a fan. All right, so I guess we'll have to kill the stream. I don't know what's going on here. Sorry about it. I'll try to figure this out. I guess I'll see you next week. I don't know what's going on. I don't know how to fix it. So we're just going to end it. See you guys next week.